Hello, Libra. Welcome to another reading. It is Sunday night, and I've decided to stay home. But in staying home, I've actually kind of gotten a little bit bored, which is good because then that led me to follow Spirit's guidance. And Spirit decided we should do a check-in on Libra and see how things are going for you guys. Ooh, yes, that's a really good idea. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get into what's going on for you right now, and we're going to give you the... Okay. I didn't want this to be too heavy, but what Spirit just said is we're going to give you the lessons that need to be learned right now. Please don't shoot the messenger. Okay, let's get... All right, Spirit. Best messages for Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus to serve the highest good of all involved at this time. Yeah. All right, Libra, let's get into it. I'm going to give this 5 shuffles. 1. What needs to be learned right now? What needs to be heard right now? Ooh, yikes. I feel like that's a can of worms, Libra. That's 2. I mean, maybe you feel that way. Maybe you're saying the same thing. Okay. But understand that this is a can of worms that needs to be opened. Why? Because this is the can of worms you were meant to be opening in this lifetime. That's why we came here, guys. This is 3. I hate to break it to you, but this is not... Oh, shit, Spirit. Really? All right. This is not a vacation. Okay? Excellent. This is 4. I love you all so much. You were going to see this... oh, sorry. You were going to see this side of me anyway. This is 4. It's not something I can hide. It's not something I want to hide. I'm here to help you. Let's talk about what needs to be talked about right now. Okay, this is 5. Excellent. For my Librans, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Let's go. What's going on? Seven of Cups. First thing I think of is, do you have options? But then I hear, do you want to have options? Why do you want to have options right now? Well, because you love. You love very easily. You do have options. You've always had options. Even when you don't think you have options, or maybe even when you really don't have options, you think you have options. Because you have such a free heart. Okay. All right. Okay, what's going on with Libra? What's going on with this 7 of Cups? What is this? Spirit. Ooh, well, okay. 6 of Wands in reverse. Either you do have options and that's not a good thing, because you shouldn't. Or you do have options and you don't want to. Ooh, oh, okay. Okay, what's going on? At least one more card, please, Spirit. And then there's the 6 of Cups. Oh, fuck. Because the first thing I think of is someone that's very close to you that you have a really toxic connection with, the devil. You don't like the fact that you have options. That's why the 6 of Wands is reversed. Because you're not an option type of person. You are a committed type of person. And you want to be committed to this person that you have a soulmate connection with, the 6 of Cups. However, that's a toxic connection. And being committed to that toxic connection is not conducive to what... that is not conducive to the healing that is meant to be achieved in this lifetime. So that means that this person that you have a connection with, that is a toxic connection, or is some sort of energetic a binding, I guess we could say, that you don't like to have, that you don't want to have, that is painful, that is not healthy for you, that hurts you, that creates problems for you, or that is problematic in and of itself. This is a past life connection. This has some deeply rooted energies within it that span multiple lifetimes for a vast majority of you. And what's happening right now, 7 of Cups, 6 of Wands in reverse, 6 of Cups, the devil is the overall energy. You have this connection with this person. This person very well is a soulmate. You know this person is a soulmate, 6 of Cups. You are very well aware of this soulmate connection, and that's what makes it that much more binding, that much more strong, and that much more toxic, the devil, because you know exactly what's happening here. The problem is that I could read this many ways, but the strongest way that's coming through for this is that you have options and you're not happy about it because you want to stay with this connection and you want to work it out. You at least have one other option, Libra. Even though it's the Seven of Cups, you still have one other option, at least. But that's one too many, because ideally, what you would prefer is to not have that option, not have those options, and to stick with this person. The problem is that sticking or being with this person is toxic, the devil. And that's exactly why you have options, Libra, because you are in a vibration of loving yourself and recognizing toxicity and not trying to be a culprit, a +1 to this toxicity. You're not. Even if you don't want to admit that to yourself. And the only reason you're not wanting to admit that to yourself, for 555, for those of you who are actively trying not to admit that to yourselves, it's because of this specific person. There would be anyone else in the world that would be this toxic and you would write them off in a fucking instant. But this person is different. You have a past life connection. You have a soulmate tied to that person. It's not a bad thing at all. But it's meant to be learned from. And Libra, that is what's happening. Because if you didn't have all of these options because of your own sense of self-love, you wouldn't be learning the lesson. This is supposed to be happening, Libra. Let's continue. Six of Cups. Let's clarify the Six of Cups a little bit more, please. What is this Six of Cups energy, please, Spirit? Yikes. The Three of Wands in reverse, Libra. This is not a path you want to continue moving on. There are so many obstacles in the way. Like literally, for some of you, you are trying to barrel down this path. You're trying to make this happen. But there are more and more obstacles in the way that trip you up worse and worse each and every time. They just keep stopping you. It's meant to be that way. For others of you, you are seeing exactly either why this is happening or what is happening here, and you're saying, we don't have a future. At least under the current circumstances, we don't have a future. Please clarify the Six of Cups some more, please. Your tune has changed. Page of Wands in reverse. Six of Wands sideways, Nine of Cups sideways. So here's the thing. Your tune has changed. Yes, that is very true. And right now, it looks like this is a rejection. The Page of Wands can be a no. It's not a full no, though. Because when you... that rhymed. Because when you break it down, you have the Nine of Cups reversed, the Six of Wands in reverse. You don't really want to be moving forward if you don't have to be. Six of Wands, sideways. I'm sorry, not reversed. Sideways. I'm sorry, and it's not the Six of Wands. It's the Six of Swords. Sideways. You don't want to be moving forward from rough waters to calmer waters if you don't have to be. Are these really rough waters that we think they are? Six of Swords, sideways. Well, Nine of Cups, sideways. What's confusing me is the fact that I don't feel like this is a good attachment. This is a good pairing. Nine of Cups reversed. I don't know how I feel about this. So the best thing for me to do is just cut my losses. Why? Because Seven of Pentacles, Eight of Pentacles. Because I've been giving into this. I've been doing this for a while, and the effort that I'm putting into it, I'm not sure it's worth it. And if I'm not sure, if I'm not 100% sure, or if I'm not at least a dominantly amount percent sure that my efforts would be put to good use, or would be well received, or would be getting me where I want to go, unless that's the case, unless that's dominant, I'm not putting my efforts into it. And I'm listening to my intuition and my higher self in terms of that. The High Priestess is the overall energy. So it's not necessarily, Libra, that this is a bad connection, even though the devil did show up. There is an attachment here. that feels codependent. In some cases, it is codependent, but for the majority of the people that I'm talking to right now, you are exiting out of a level of codependency. And so you're seeing the codependent elements of this situation and are actively trying, consciously trying, working towards rising above codependency. And thus you're leaving the devilish, toxic attachment within this situation behind. But I'm going to be honest with you, Libra. I've been saying this for weeks now. Just because you're leaving the toxic elements to this situation behind, which are in fact guided by your higher self, the high priestess, it doesn't mean you're leaving the connection fully behind. And that is something you need to understand. And some of you need to come to terms with that. Just because you're leaving the toxic elements of this behind doesn't mean that you're actually leaving this person behind or this connection behind. Because the narrative that I have been consistently picking up on for Libra over the last 2 months now is that, yes, this connection has toxic elements to it. However, the more you stand your ground, the more you take the higher road, the more you live in a higher vibratory rate, the more that you listen to your higher self and do the healing that is involved, engage with the healing that is involved in this connection. In essence, the strongest thing you're doing is helping to heal the other person also. Take that as you will. But I will say this. Just because you are leaving the toxic elements of this connection behind doesn't necessarily mean you're leaving this person fully behind. You need to come to terms with that. That is an element. Because the other part of this is that we have connections with people that we chose to get into a contractual agreement with to work certain things out within this lifetime. And even if we're not physically speaking to each other or physically in each other's vicinity or in each other's lives, that doesn't mean that energetically we are not still susceptible to each other. And so whatever drama you have going on in your head, whatever residual feelings you still feel, or whatever new feelings you are now feeling, those are all connected to this individual. Time and space is an illusion. You are always connected to these people. You will always be going through this situation until you reconcile and or rectify it. You don't have to do that physically, but it must be done energetically. Why? Because in essence, we are all just energy. Okay, let's talk about the Six of Wands in reverse. Why is the Six of Wands in reverse in this connection, please, Spirit? Four of Pentacles reversed. So the Six of Wands in reverse is about recognizing defeat. You're letting go of this situation. Yep, Three of Swords. Six of Wands in reverse, please, Spirit. Wow, this is actually very, very good. You have the the Hierophant that has come out, but it fell on the floor. You are actively rejecting conventionality for some of you, dogma, societal conditioning, familial conditioning, religious conditioning, whatever kind of conditioning you are struggling the most with, whether that is within your family or within a certain community or within a religious group or whatever that is for you, you are releasing that. But also, for many of us, the Hierophant in reverse actually represents releasing the lifetime drama and dogma, the cycles that we have been going through with these certain souls, Six of Cups, these familiar souls, the lifetime dramas we've been going through with these individuals. We're releasing that now. But the strongest way that we're releasing that is recognizing defeat. I'm going to say that again. It's because of recognizing defeat. And that defeat comes from the Three of Swords. The pain that has always been involved with this. The problem here is that even throughout the pain, we have still persevered, the Hierophant in reverse, in committed ways that never served us, that only ever hurt us. So yes, the Hierophant has been reversed this whole time. But in this moment, for whomever this is resonating for, The Hierophant in reverse represents you actually releasing this now because of the Four of Pentacles reversed. Again, of course, the Four of Pentacles reversed could represent excessively holding on to certain things, but the Four of Pentacles upright alone, in and of itself, represents holding on to something. It's reversed here. So either that's an extreme form of, or you're letting go. And the first thing I felt was, you're letting go. And you're letting go because of the pain. Three of Swords, please. Yeah, look, the Knight of Swords is at the bottom of the deck. So many of you are actually in a phase where you are aggressively fighting against anything that has caused you pain in your lifetime. Aggressively. All right, Three of Swords, please. Well, look, Three of Swords is first clarified by the Ace of Pentacles reversed. You're not offering. You're not giving to this situation anymore. Why? Four of Wands, because you have found a sense of union within. Would you look at that? Yep, that is absolutely going on top of the Hierophant. Because the Hierophant doesn't have control over you unless you, the Hierophant in this, at least in this situation, with the fact that it represents dogma and conditioning and social programming and whatnot, whatever, the Hierophant doesn't have power over you unless you give power to him. In some cases, the Hierophant represents certain levels of religion in which they tell you you cannot speak to God unless you go through a priest. You are actively giving all of your power over to some third party that proclaims to be able to be your liaison for God. The liaison between you and God. Bullshit. You can talk to God yourself. You are God. In the flesh, you are a living embodiment of God. You don't need some priest to speak to God for you. You can do it on your own, casually, like you've got a best friend standing right next to you, because you do. Right? Okay, that's the Hierophant in reverse to the Four of Wands. The Four of Wands represents that stability, that solidity. The Four of Wands represents that connection that you have between you and your higher self, which is also represented by the High Priestess. That's why you can give up this hurt, that's this pain, this heartbreak. That's why you can see the Three of Swords for what it actually is. Because you have foundation, you have solidity, you have a connection between you and God, Source Creator, and that's putting you in fight or flight mode, the Knight of Swords again. You have the boldness, you have the veracity, you have the wherewithal to fight back for yourself, and some of you are getting drunk on that power. Please be careful. Yeah, look, overall energy is the Nine of Swords. Some of this aggressiveness, you guys, is not necessary, not warranted, because you're not in as much danger as you think. However, you have this new foundation within yourself in which you are able to see or perceive of these dangers in a much more perceptive way, in a much easier way, in a much clearer way. And so that's kind of like, whoa, 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 whoa. This has been around me all the time. Whoa, high alert, red alert, red alert. No, come on now. You don't need that red alert. I've been here this whole time protecting you. You're just seeing more of it than you were before, says your higher self. There's no need to fear. There's no need for this fight or flight. There's no need to be so damn aggressive. Like, retract the claws a little, retract the claws a little bit, Libra, please. All right, Knight of Swords. Let's talk about the Knight of Swords a little bit more then, please. For Libra. Two of Swords. Ooh, there's some drama here. There is some real drama here. Okay. All right, Knight of Swords. What are you in denial about, Libra? You see, this is your own damn fault, and I'm not even going to sugarcoat this. I'm not going to sugarcoat this, Libra, because you need to hear this shit. The Queen of Pentacles in reverse? Girl, please. Girl, please. The only reason you are so hypervigilant is because you knew you never should have let this person into your energetic field to begin with. And I saw how the card turned sideways to try and lessen the blow, and I'm being a little harsh right now, but like, you knew this the whole time. Queen of Pentacles in reverse. This shit was an insult the whole goddamn time. But that's fine. We don't have to talk about that anymore. But you need to know that your hypervigilance is because you are trying to, for the most part here, the Two of Swords, which is denial, And now the Queen of Pentacles, which was in reverse, but when I threw her down on the table, she turned sideways. Okay, so you're listening to me. I like that. Okay, great. But you're trying to deny the fact that you knew you shouldn't have let this person into your energetic field to begin with, the Queen of Pentacles. Because the Queen of Pentacles ain't about the bullshit. She is not about the bullshit. She is not about to be in no third party. She's not about to let her resources go taken for granted or taken advantage of. Not gonna do it. But hindsight is 20/20, isn't it? That's a big part of this. The fact that in hindsight, now you see, oh, now I get it. Queen of Swords, sideways. The Hanged Man, sideways. Now I get it. Okay, stop beating yourself up so much because that is only helping you get into greater alignment. Boop, Queen of Wands. And Libra, this is exactly why you have options. So stop being so hard on yourself about it because ultimately you've learned the lesson. Oh, look at how that works out. Oh, I love you guys so much. I want to close this out for you with some messages from the Lover's Oracle. Yes? Excellent. Ooh. There it is right there. We've got 2 cards. This one comes out a lot. Look inside yourself. Examine what is causing you to feel this way. And power. You instinctively know what is right for you, and you have the power to say no or to walk away at any time. I love you, Libra. Bye.